I'm here with my good buddy Steve Carter from the Cerrone Group. Thank you for coming, sir.
No problem.
We're here to talk to you about one of the biggest questions that's kind of floating through the air in the real estate market, and that question is now a good time to sell my house? Yes! Why is it a good time to sell your house, Steve?
Well, we have way more buyers than we have sellers. We have tons of people moving to our beautiful city from all across the nation.
Yeah, we're kind of popular. You know, people are. I'm going to take a little bit of credit for that because people are kind of falling in love with the city.
People like Lacey, bring people like
whatever. But really, truly, it is a good time to sell, and we are so excited because we're going to share some pros and cons with you today, and we're also going to give you some advice if you do choose to sell. And of course, you better be doing it with our team so that you do it the right way. What do you think?
I think so. Let's do it. So it's not all glory right now. So there are some cons to selling right now. So what can we expect?
So some of the things that are going to go against you if you're selling your house right now is if you don't have anywhere to go, if you can't find a house to buy, if you haven't already started the process of building a home, it can be really difficult to get yourself into that next place to free up your home so you can actually move out and make that money. So we're coming up with some ideas to help our clients out, and we want to make sure that you're walking into this with eyes wide open because it isn't as easy as just go rent a house. Right?
No, especially in this market right now, that's almost impossible.
Yeah.
So some of the options we do suggest and have clients have some success with is definitely doing an Airbnb if you're just trying to do a short-term stay till you find that dream home you're looking for and trying to move up into.
Yeah.
What are some other options?
Like apartments are really a good idea. You know, apartments in Las Vegas are pretty flexible for the most part. They'll do 1 to 3 month to 6 month to 9 month leases. So we're not saying go live in an apartment forever, but definitely like maybe from a short-term perspective, throw your stuff in storage, give yourself a little time to look and find the next house because it's not as easy as you think. Obviously, if there's not enough homes, there's a demand there. There's many more buyers on the market, as we're saying. So you're competing against other people, and we want to make sure that it's not I'm just going to pick the next house I can find so that you just move right into it.
Just to get into something.
One of the cool things my clients are doing, is they're doing van life. So I have my clients who are selling their house right now. I'm so excited about this. They are genuinely selling everything that they own or putting some of it in storage, and then they're having a Sprinter van built out.
So cool.
It will be ready by the time their house closes, so they're genuinely going to live in their Sprinter van. They're going to take a little time off of work because they're making so much dough from the sale of their house, and they're just really looking forward to kind of seeing what happens with the market and taking their time with easing back into being homeowners again.
That's freaking awesome.
It's a good idea,
that's
right?
That's the ultimate side of just cashing out right now.
It's like cash out,
awesome.
Retire a little bit early. Let's talk about what you can expect in the process of selling your home. Some of the things that we want to make sure that you think about when you're looking at possibly listing your home is, of course, you need to know where you're moving next, right? What we're seeing on the market from a price point perspective is pretty drastic from a year-over-year perspective when it comes to pricing the home. I'll give you an example. I have a client who listed their home for sale right during the summertime of the pandemic, right? Middle of 2020. We were listing it in the mid 400s, and that was priced pretty high at that time because they had just built it like the year prior, so they needed to make back as much money as possible. They ended up pulling it off the market and renting it for the last year. Their tenant is moving out. She's building a home, so it's almost done, so it's time to sell again. They are $100,000 higher. Right now, $100,000 higher. Now, brand new community, beautifully upgraded home, so that's not going to be everybody's equity opportunity. However, that's a pretty big swing in a 12-month period of time.
It's massive. It's better than almost any other investment you could have right now. We can't guarantee that forward, but it's really awesome for you that might have equity in your homes right now to cash out on.
That's an extreme experience.
Extreme.
What are you seeing when you're working with buyers out there? When you're offering on the other side of the table, are you seeing people have to go above list price?
100%. My first conversation I have with most of the buyers that we're dealing with is, what kind of funds do you have to be able to go above the appraisal? Or basically guarantee, you know, because you get qualified for a loan for a certain amount, but most of my clients that are actually having success finding homes and closing on them, they're having to come out of pocket. The minimum I've ever seen is $5,000.
Yeah, that's the minimum I've seen too.
You have a lot more success in the $10,000 to $15,000 range. If you're trying to buy in one of the most desired areas in Las Vegas, which is Summerlin, good luck.
Or Henderson.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want that maybe slightly renovated home with a pool and a decent sized lot and a really good school zone, you're gonna pay premium. So.
Yeah, and that premium could be, I mean, I've seen anywhere from 5, and again, 5 is very minimal. That's a deal if you're paying $5,000 out of pocket above that loan, up all the way up to $55,000 above. So $55K out of your pocket above that. Now, I don't want to say that and to deter you if you're thinking of buying, right? Because that could stop you from the process of listing your home, thinking about that. But you do have extra equity right now, so that can be applied towards this and make that process a little bit smoother. It's kind of a house swap, but you always want to make sure that you have net and you're making money. Otherwise, why the heck go through it, right?
And maybe you're in one of those really desirable areas and you were there while your kids were in school, but now they're gone and you don't really need to be there anymore. And
Very good
maybe
point.
you want a different something in life. great time to cash out and move somewhere else in the valley or out of state if that's really your thing, and not have to compete with so many buyers over there.
I think it's important too that, you know, Henderson and Summerlin are our absolute most favorite, most desired areas, but that's a really good point that there are such gorgeous communities around the city, and there's also brand new homes or brand new, newer resales that might be coming on the market that are just outside of where you're maybe used to living. If you don't need to be there for the schools and you can just drive an extra 5 minutes to get to that store that you like, really, really an opportunity to take a look at it for sure.
Okay, so when you're selling your house, you can kind of expect these things from our experience. Right now, the repairs. So your buyer is going to be doing a home inspection. Typically, the standard procedures, they're going to ask you to repair a giant list of things. Right now, I'm seeing sellers either say no, they might say, okay, we'll do a couple things if they're nice, or maybe they'll do everything. But you have a lot in your hand as far as what you really want to do. There's a lot of power. So
we always encourage our sellers to play ball, right? We want you to treat these buyers like you want to be treated. And we're going to mention that again in a minute because that's a really important part of it.
Let's just jump there now.
No, let's just jump there now, right? Don't be greedy in this process. Please, please, please don't be greedy. As the seller, put yourself in the buyer's shoes. You said that earlier to me today, and I thought that was amazing advice, because at the end of the day, what goes around comes around, and especially in a market like this. So the other things you can expect, though, so not only that, the lower cost of repairs, but be amiable. Be okay with doing a few repairs if they do ask for any at all. Some of them aren't even asking.
Some of them aren't,
You can expect the appraisal to not really be an issue, but what we are seeing is, let's put a scenario together. Let's say we list your house for $350,000, and somebody comes in and offers $380,000. So that's great. If it appraises at $350,000 and the person who offered on the home is only offering $10,000 above the list price, or the appraised value, the appraised value, then you're not going to make that $380,000. You're going to make $360,000 because it's only $10,000 above whatever it appraises for. So that's some of the offers that are coming through. Some of them are just like, take my money, I don't care, you can do your thing. So just be open to all of it and don't get stuck on one number is my main point. You don't want to get stuck on it because every deal is different. Just because your neighbor made this doesn't mean you're going to make that. But it really is a good time to sell because of the fact that you do have that extra opportunity to list it at a good solid price and then wait for people to outbid each other above that.
I also think too, just with right now, these last couple of months, we've seen more inventory coming on the market. So if you did want to catch hold of some of the all-time highs for selling, I'd say do it with the market today, and not with the market you don't know what's going to happen.
Do this summer. This summer. Don't wait till fall. Don't wait to see what your neighbor sells for. Do it this summer. The other thing that we're talking about too is, the appraisals are definitely a part of the conversation. The repairs are too, but lease back. Lease back is a really big thing that you may not even know about. So let's talk about that a little bit.
It used to be a lot harder. 2 years ago, it would be really hard if my seller was trying to ask for a lease back to get a buyer that was willing to do that.
What's a lease back?
A lease back is where you sell your home and then you rent it back from the person who bought it from you for a certain period of time.
Right, and we're seeing a lot of that right now.
So much. I've even seen free lease backs, which is unheard of. Buyers are just trying to give you anything possible to make their offer stand out from the others. Including letting you live at your home after paying you and letting you live there for a few months for free, so you can find that home you want.
Now that's not guaranteed, so do not hold us to that. Not. And we don't necessarily recommend the lease back.
You can stay with Lacey though if you have to.
I don't have an extra bedroom. Home. Oh my God, stop! No, but would you stop it? I don't even know. Anyway, but at the end of the day, I'd say lease backs are a good idea. They're a great option. They're not the best though. We really want to make this transaction even and easy. But if you needed it for 3 weeks to a month, that's definitely something that we would recommend leaning on and allowing the buyer to kind of negotiate with you on that. What we don't want to see happen is you lease back and then you dig in your heels and you just sit and wait, because it just creates a kind of a stuck inventory, if you will. The buyer can't move, you can't move, everybody can't move, and that's not going to help anybody in the long run. But really, at the end of the day, when you're selling your house, you can expect to make more money than you ever thought, trust me. We can't guarantee a number until we run comps and look at your home. You can expect to do probably fewer repairs. The only other con that I would say that we're seeing is buyers, because of the market right now, are putting offers on multiple homes. How is that affecting what you're doing?
It affects it a lot with the sellers I represent. Some of them, goes back to the don't be greedy part. Let's say we list a home on Tuesday, and then typically, within 24 to 48 hours, we might have 10 offers. So they might think, if we wait till Sunday, we'll have so many offers, maybe they can outbid each other. The problem with stretching out those timelines and holding on to all these offers is that they know exactly what's going on, and they know how hard it is to find a home in this market right now. So they're putting offers on other homes as well. So I hate to even say this, but it's like the bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So if you have an offer that's a great offer and you think you can make it work, I just recommend you take it
Yeah.
instead of like waiting for maybe something better that maybe they have 5 other offers from other places.
Also, a lot of people get really frustrated in the process of, because that is happening, there's multiple offers going out. So let's say you accept that bird in the hand, and let's say they maybe had 2 or 3 offers pending on a couple of other homes. They're going through the inspection process with you. You guys are in contract, everything's great, but the one that they really wanted, they say yes to their offer. Now they have the opportunity to cancel on you, which starts us all the way over, which is no big deal because we have 25 other offers behind them, right?
Fast,
so a lot of sellers get a little bit frustrated with that start and stop process, and we're just here to let you know that it will probably be a part of the process, so just expect it and let us help guide you. We don't want it to be a part of the process, but at the end of the day, you know, your house is going to sell. We just have to find the right buyer who's absolutely in love with your home. You don't want to find someone who's buying it because they're stuck and this is the only one they could get, because they're going to make your life a living hell during the entire process, and they're going to find any and every reason to complain and create more drama for you than it needs to be. We want you smiling. We want you living your best Las Vegas life, even while we're selling your home. And the only way to do it is to really let us walk you through it and go in with eyes wide open. That's all we ask you to do. We hope this information has been helpful. You know, we know that there's a lot of questions circling in the air, especially when it comes to real estate. With the low inventory and the low interest rates, we don't see it going away anytime soon. So if you're thinking about selling your home and you do live in the Las Vegas area, please do us a huge favor. Click that link in the description below. We want to represent you. We can give you more eyeballs for your house. We've got a badass team that's really fun to work with, and we do a lot of fun stuff with our sellers to make it easy and less complicated for you. If you have a friend or a family member, or if you live in another part of the country, we want to help you as well. We have realtor friends who live all over the nation who we have personally vetted and made sure that they kind of know what they're doing, and we want to be able to connect you with them.
They work similar to the way we do.
Yeah, they work like we do, and we're very, very big about that. We won't partner with another agent unless they have the same morals and really the business compass like we do, and they do business in a fun way, right? And smartly. So if you're thinking about selling, no matter if it's in Las Vegas or across the nation, let us know. Let us see if we can connect you with one of our business partners, or let us serve you right where you are.